go through few of the things that few of the plans that we have for the next few months. As you all know, that the T20 World Cup qualifier is happening mid-February. So all the planning is done, and we are moving ahead with the camp soon. So we will be selecting 30 players, and will be released. Today evening or tomorrow morning, the 30-man squad will be announced, and the camp will be start as soon as possible from there. So it's going to be kind of a two-phase camp where we're going to assess all these 30 players and going to work through with them into the T20 qualifier, and after about 10-12 days. We'll be having the PM Cup. PM Cup, we have actually requested to have it in a T20 version, because that we are preparing for the World Cup qualifier. During that, all the players will be back again, released to play the PM Cup. So, because the reason for that is I am actually coming fresh to the to Nepal actually, and I was off from Nepal cricket for the last 4 years, so there are many players that I have not seen, and there are a lot of new young talent. So I wanted them to play the PM Cup, everyone, and so that I can actually see them in the match situations. So everybody will be released to play the PM Cup, and then from there we're going to revisit all the players, and from there we'll be selecting the final 14 plus maybe a few reserves to go to the Oman for the World Cup T20 squad. And so after the PM Cup, the Mayor's Cup will be followed up because it's a 50. We want to have the 50 over version as well, because we might have to play ODI series after the T20 qualifier. So few games. Mayor's Cup will be followed by the PM Cup, and then from there we're going to focus on training until we leave to Oman. And there are few discussions going on, the pre-preparation to the T20 like a series, but nothing is confirmed at the moment. But very soon that those details will be out. So that's the basic plan we have going into the T20 World Cup qualifier. About the squad and about these current issues, like I was able to discuss, I was able to sit down with both parties, CAN and separately with players as well, with small groups, just to understand the whole issue. So with the CAN side, what I got from them was the decisions that they have made regarding this issue. They are actually sticking to the decision that they made regarding the captain, so that the captaincy will not be changed, and I guess the Cricket Association have all the rights to make that decision, and and that decision will continue and stays as it is. And at the same time, the other issues about the contracts or any other issue, CAN is very flexible and very helpful to resolve those, and they have asked me to propose what we need to be done, to resolve the other issues. And I actually requested CAN and the president to take out the suspension of these 4 players for this contract, and to revoke back. So they are very positive about that, and all the other issues, it's I got fully support from the CAN, and they are willing to resolve any suggestions from my side. So I feel that we are in a very good situation at the moment, and but again, like the captaincy issue will not reverse anything in that regard, and I think again, like I said, like everywhere in the world, the board has the right to make that decision, and we all have to respect that. So that's the basic plan moving forward, and I also wanted to mention, like I mean, some of you all already very fully aware that how I was like part of the Nepal team in between 2011 to 15, and I'm going to put my best effort to have the best set up environment for the national team and the players group. I want players to work really, work hard and put their 200% in the training and give their best effort and perform for the national team, and in return I never ask things free. I will make sure that all the players will be happy from every angle, and that environment will be created within the system. So that's the basic information that I can provide, and there will not be any issues for the players or with the system, and I really want to bring the positiveness in this into the system with the players, with CAN, with the support staff, where the player-centered environment where they can play at the best on the field. I mean, like I mean, now firstly I hope that will not happen, but secondly, like I think it's a national team, so it's the whole country, and if you ask my point of view for it, like I don't think that we can hold for any individual. I think it's a fair call where we have to move forward with the best that we have, but I'm still positive that I mean, once the camp been called, the players will be in the hotel, and I will have more opportunity to sit down and discuss things, and show them the plans that we are going to do in the future. I'm hoping that things will get eased once the camp starts.
We have only about 45 to 50 days to start the global qualifier. Don't you think this sort of issue will affect on the performance of the team?
That's the reason that we want to solve it within the next 2-3 days. I think we have enough time. When you take the time, it's about 45 days before the first game, starting from January 1st. I'm hoping to resolve everything once the camp starts, and once I have the players in front of me, the whole group, and then once we are ready to with all these issues, like once we have sorted out all these issues, only I'm going to take them to the ground. So first 1 or 2 days we will be sitting in a room and iron out all the issues.
Two fractions in the team. So there are two. It looks like there are two fractions in the team, and in absence of Sandeep, how difficult it is to deal with all these things. If I may put it out.
I'm happy that you asked that question, and this is a very straightforward answer from me. Moving forward, there'll be only one team, and it's Nepal national team, and who wants to represent proudly that Nepal logo in their chest, in their forehead, will be in that group, and it's just one way. Anybody cannot do that. Will not be there. It doesn't matter, the player ranking or anything. It's just that, like, we want the best players to play. But I'm very concerned about, like, team atmosphere, who's really hungry to represent the country. So that will be one team, one goal.
How do you see Sandeep Langshan as captain?
If I had to talk about Sandeep, like, I mean, he's been a gifted player. Like, I mean, he was suddenly brought into the national team and he performed, and then he was picked up with the best leagues around the world. And I don't think any associate player, maybe other than Rashid, I mean, Rashid Khan is a full member player now, but any other associate player is not in that caliber. So he's very fortunate to, play in that highest level. And once you play in that highest level, and especially, I mean, I just have to mention this because, like, I mean, there are leagues around the world like PSL to Caribbean leagues to, but I mean, IPL is a very high standard. But knowing the Big Bash standard and the Australian level of cricket that they play, somebody to go and perform and being shoulder to shoulder with the best players in the world, and that, in that setup, by itself is like, great experience. And I don't think that, like, anyone in associate cricket have that experience. So I know that he was under 19 captain for Nepal, and then he was doing the EPL captaincy in one team. But still, having said that, he still he has to be tested as a leader. I mean, there is a lot of challenges for him as a player and as a person. But one big confidence that I have with him is, like, he's been gifted things for him, and I'm confident that, like, even, like, this captaincy also, I think he got this leadership without any expectations. Suddenly he got it, and the way that he have come through in the last 3-4 years, I'm expecting him to be very successful in that role as well. Yeah, like, I mean, for your first question, I'm very glad to be back here again. I always had a very soft corner for Nepal, and the 4 years that I spent between 2011 to 15, there's great memories, and I think even though I want to achieve more, I think still we achieved very decent level. Now, when I came in 2011, it was team was in Division 4, and the challenges were different, and the environment was different. So I think we worked through that, whatever we had, and achieved whatever the highest we can. Now I'm to be here in this year, like, the Nepal team is a ODI status country and a T20 status country. And the players have grown up into different level. Some of the players have got opportunity to play at the highest level outside Nepal. So the environment is pretty different, and the challenges are going to be different as well. But from my experience as a coach, I'm very accustomed to these things. And if I had to talk about my last job in USA, it's a very similar situation where there are some great players in USA, and I had to put them together as a team. So there was a lot of challenges I had in that first maybe 1.5 years, and then I was able to get through that. I see the very similar challenges in Nepal at the moment, from when you talk about from the team point of view. So I'm ready for that, and I'm very confident which way I need to go as a coach, and I'm very confident that I can bring all these issues into basically out of the system, and build up a very good environment and a system where Nepal team can focus on making the heights. And when you talk about the goals that we have in front, and I already talked with GM and Vinod, like, about having some goals to the future, which we'll come up with those plans in a later date. But Nepal needs to be one of the top. I mean, it has to be the top ODI status country, and Nepal has that. The whole ingredients in this country. I would say, like, I've been saying this even in my last period as well, where Nepal has the best talents coming through from younger generation, and where no other associate country has that. I mean, if you look into all the associate countries, most of the countries have expats players coming from other countries and representing that country once they are qualified to play. But Nepal is not. Nepal has their own pipeline to build players, and talent is enough. So basically, but we need to guide that and put up a good structure so that Nepal can reach the next level. But initially, the targets are I think Nepal need to get into every T20 World Cup qualifier from now on. I mean, to the World Cup, not to the qualifier, getting through the qualifier and getting into the World Cups. So that I want to see the Nepal getting accustomed into that level where you play every World Cup. I mean, if you go back to see teams like Oman, where Oman grown up, like they basically played the last three T20 World Cups, right? So with that, you can see the players have improved by staying in that level. So I wanted to see that Nepal also getting into that system and getting accustomed into that highest level of cricket. And when it comes to ODIs, ODI structure is very hard associated to get into the World Cup. But I really want to see Nepal getting it there. And I'm not going to be satisfied with just getting the ODI, continuing the ODI status. I want to see that Nepal get into the T50 World Cup as well, and we are going to work really hard to achieve those goals.